Hi, my name is Chris Powter. I'm the Executive Director for the Oilsands Research and Information Network at the University of Alberta. Our program funds environmental research related to oil sands, specifically to mineable oil sands areas. We also provide a forum for giving balanced information to the general public about oil sands development so that you can form your own opinion about whether it's a good thing or a bad thing.
So today we're here to talk about something called oil sands metrics. So this is about measurements of things that impact or benefits or anything to do with the oil sands. So what are metrics to you?
To me, they're a set of measurements that people can use to describe the current state of environmental affairs, economic development, social affairs within a particular region, can look at trends over time in terms of whether things are getting better, staying the same, getting worse. They can also be used to assist government in developing programs, to assist industry in changing the way they do business and in the way they communicate what their business is all about. And they can be used by the academic community, where I'm from, to help develop research needs, to help develop research programs, and to communicate research results in a way that is meaningful to people.
So why at this point in history do we need to look at measures for the oil sands? What's driving this?
There's a lot of information available to the public from media, from scientists, from government, from industry, and I think people are getting confused about what the current state of affairs is, what potential changes need to be made to make the system more sustainable, and a set of metrics that everyone can understand and can be communicated openly would help people get a better sense for whether oil sands development is in fact in the public interest or not.
So when you think of oil sands metrics, what do you think of? What are examples?
I think there are a broad range of examples. A lot of people are interested in knowing how much production and where from, whether it's in situ production or mineable production. They're interested in knowing things around greenhouse gas emissions. They're interested in knowing things about other air contaminants and how much is coming out and where they're going. But they're also interested in knowing what's being done to ameliorate the conditions that are being created by industrial discharges. They're interested in changes to the land. How much land is being used? How quickly is it being reclaimed? There's a whole suite of measurements that people are interested in knowing more about.
So today you're sitting around the table with companies, with other industry organizations, with environmental organizations, with First Nations groups, with I think I mentioned government. So how do we find indicators that are useful to all of the stakeholders or all of the folks involved?
It's a big challenge because I think we come up with a very long list and many of the things on that list could be very, very technically complex. I think ultimately what we'd like to get at is a suite of key indicators in each of some very core areas, so environment, social, economic, that are easy to understand, easy to measure, can be measured over a long time frame so that we can start to see trends.
So what difference could it make? If we did this well, what difference would it make?
Having a good set of metrics allows us to monitor development and make sure that things are on track. It allows us to adjust various government programs to be able to accommodate changes in business plans, in environmental performance, and in other social indicators. It allows us to communicate both within our own province and externally with the rest of Canada, North America, and the world in terms of what we are doing to responsibly develop our resources.
What is the role of oil sands today in a world that's trying to reduce its carbon footprint?
The resource is a very important one. It's very large. It's in a country that is very stable in terms of its ability to develop responsibly and provide that resource to users within the country, to our friends in the States and outside. So I think it's a very important resource that needs to be developed responsibly. that doesn't mean that we don't explore other resources as well. The renewable resources are a very important component of our energy mix, but oil sands is also a critical component.
Chris Powter, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us and for being here today.
Thanks.